You ever feel, I don't know, a little bit weird? Like you've got these little habits that you kind of try to hide from other people? Well, today we're going to flip that idea on its head. What if those quirks aren't flaws at all? What if they're actually signs of a really, really intelligent mind?
Okay, let's start with a little test. Take a look at your desk or your workspace right now. And I mean really look. Is it a beautiful, chaotic mess of papers, books, and maybe a few too many coffee mugs? Go on, be honest.
All right, how about this one? Do you ever catch yourself muttering away, working through a problem out loud when nobody's around? Or maybe even when they are? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
So what if I told you that these habits aren't things you need to fix? In fact, they might just be proof that your brain is firing on all cylinders, operating on a whole other level. Let's dive in and see what's really going on.
First up, let's tackle that cluttered desk. We've all heard that old saying, right? A tidy desk for a tidy mind. But what if science actually points in the complete opposite direction?
Yeah, the classic myth is that if your space is messy, you must be lazy or disorganized. It's a stereotype that's been drilled into us. But what's really happening is so much more interesting than that.
And that brings us to this idea called selective organization. This isn't just random chaos, it's actually a highly evolved priority system. It means your brain is so deep in thought, so focused on solving a complex problem, that it literally decides that tidying up is a low-priority task. It just doesn't make the cut when you're busy wrestling with big ideas.
Exactly. Think of your brain's processing power as a limited resource. It's making a choice to spend that power on innovation and creativity instead of on, organizing your pens. So that mess isn't a sign of laziness. It's more like the byproduct of intense focus. It's the physical evidence of some seriously deep work.
Okay, moving on. Let's look at another one of those habits that might get you a few funny looks. Talking to yourself.
We've all been there. You see someone on the street chatting away to themselves and you think, that's a little odd. There's a real social stigma around it, but once again, the science tells a totally different story.
Turns out, this is a pretty sophisticated cognitive tool called verbal reasoning. When you speak your thoughts out loud, you're actually forcing your brain to engage its language and processing centers at the same time. It makes you structure your ideas more logically, helps clarify what you're thinking, and can lead to some amazing breakthroughs.
So no, you're not going crazy. You're actually giving yourself a cognitive upgrade. By taking your thoughts from inside your head and putting them out into the world, you can look at them, organize them, and make them better. It's an incredibly powerful and efficient way to solve problems. So, what do these two things, a messy desk and talking to yourself, really have in common? Well, they're both trademarks of what you might call an eccentric but incredibly high-functioning brain. This is where we need to totally shift our perspective. We have to throw out those old negative labels like messy, lazy, or strange. They're not just wrong, they completely miss the point of what's really going on under the hood. Because what this all boils down to is cognitive priorities. See, high intelligence isn't about doing every single thing perfectly. It's about instinctively knowing what's worth your precious mental energy and what just isn't. So let's just break that down. A highly intelligent brain is a master of focus. It locks on to the big, complex ideas. And to do that, it has to filter out the small stuff, the minor details, like where you left that stapler. And to work through those big ideas, it uses whatever tools it needs to get the job done, even if those tools, like talking to yourself, look a little unconventional to the rest of the world.
And this all leads us to the most important point of all. It's time to stop feeling bad about these quirks and start embracing them for what they really are.
I mean, think about it. Einstein himself was famously a mess. Do you think he was worried about his haircut? No way. He was busy rethinking the entire fabric of the universe. And this quote just nails it. True intelligence isn't about following the rules. It's about imagination and solving problems in new ways.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. What's that one weird thing that you do? That little habit you have? Could it be that it's not a flaw at all, but the signature of your own unique intelligence? Maybe it's your hidden superpower.